Hi guys, WineTuber here, and in today's video I'm gonna show you 5 best alternatives to Chablis wines. So, let's get started. Before we start, many thanks to Aga from Vinos, Tito, Ben from Liberty Wines Ireland, and the Corkscrew Wine and Spirit Merchants in Dublin for helping me with this video. And if you're watching my channel for the first time, please consider to subscribe. Chablis is a dry white wine made exclusively from the Chardonnay grapes produced in the Chablis region of Burgundy, France. Chablis is known for its crisp, elegant wines full of citrus, yellow fruits and mineral character. For the purposes of this video, I selected 5 wines which I believe will be a great alternative to Chablis. So, let's dive in. The first wine that I would like to show you today comes from the Spanish region called Valdeorras, also known as the Valley of Gold. The wine is called Loro Debolo and is produced by Rafael Palacios, who in fact revived the local grape variety called Godello. Rafael Palacios vineyards are characterized by the high altitude terraced slopes and unique microclimate. Loro Debolo Godello is cultivated on the granite and sandy soil, partially fermented in French oak barrels and aged on the fine yeast for 4 months until bottling. I think I tasted Loro Debolo Godello for the first time approximately 6 or maybe 7 years ago, and from the day one I was really impressed with the quality of this beautiful white wine. Wine on the nose, it's absolutely beautiful. It's clean, full of citrus, apples, pear, sage, and the minerality, which is strongly associated with the Chablis wines. Wow, on the palate, wine is super clean, super fresh, dry, full of minerality, citrus, and some herbal finish. Absolutely incredible. My score is 91 points of 100, and the retail price is around 30 euros per bottle. Our second wine is made of one of the most underrated Italian grape variety called Verdicchio. The homeland of Verdicchio is a Marche region located in central eastern Italy, along the Adriatic coast. Verdicchio is the most planted grape variety in the Marche region, but also foundation of 2 very important appellations called Verdicchio di Matelica and Verdicchio dei Castelli di Jesi. In my glass I have Verdicchio dei Castelli di Jesi Classico Superiore, produced by Villa Bucci, which is one of my favorite producers of Verdicchio wines. This wine is quite complex on the nose, full of apples, pomelo, nuts, and a beautiful mineral background. Absolutely amazing. This wine on the palate is absolutely fantastic example of Verdicchio grape variety. Wine is dry, citrus, full of limestone, but also hay and walnuts. Absolutely fantastic alternative to slightly aged Chablis. My score is also 92 points of 100, and the retail price is around 30 euro per bottle. The third wine I discovered during ProWein 2022, which is the biggest wine fair held in Düsseldorf, Germany. The wine is called Kalk and Kreide, which means chalk and limestone, and refers to the very unique soil composition which can be found around the village of Solheim in the German wine region called Rheinhessen. Kalk and Kreide is a blend of 55% Chardonnay and 45% of Pinot Blanc. Wine is going through the spontaneous fermentation in oak barrels and then is aged on the yeast for minimum of 10 months before its release. As you can see, wine is sealed with the wax. So if you like to know how to open a bottle of wine like this, I highly recommend to check out my previous video. Links can be found here or in the description below. This particular wine is absolutely incredible. On the nose, I'm getting apples again, citrus, Mirabella plums, creaminess, almost like a kind of melon yogurt, and beautiful minerality. Nose, it's really impressive. This wine on the palate, it's absolutely incredible. It's almost identical to Chablis, maybe because it's Chardonnay blend. However, on the palate, it's mineral, it's fresh, it's elegant and citrus, and the finish is quite long. The retail price is around 35 euro. My score is 93 points of 100, and this wine can be easily compared to the Chablis Premier Cru. Our next wine comes from one of the most popular Greek tourist destinations, which is Santorini Island. Did you know that the most planted grape variety in Santorini is Assyrtiko and accounts for 80% of island's vineyard? In fact, Assyrtiko is to Greece what Tempranillo is to Spain, or Sangiovese to Italy. Our fourth best alternative to Chablis is Assyrtiko, produced by Anhydrous, which means without water, and refers to the brutal growing conditions on this beautiful island. The wine is produced from hand-harvested grapes that undergo spontaneous fermentation, and then wine is aged on the lees for a minimum of 9 months of the combination of clay amphoras and stainless steel tanks. Wow, this is one of the most mineral white wine that I ever tasted in my life. Whoa, the amount of saline, minerality and citrus notes, it's absolutely sensational. Wow, this wine on the palate, it's phenomenal. It's almost salty, it's so mineral, so fresh, so elegant. This is another fantastic example and alternative to Chablis Premier Cru. This wine maybe is not cheap. It costs nearly 50 euros per bottle, but it's absolutely worth every single cent that you spent. My score is again 93 points of 100. Wow. Our last wine is produced by a very unique Rioja producer called Nvarios. Why it's unique? Because Nvarios is producing white wine exclusively. One of their wines called Edition Limitada is a blend of 70% of Viura and 30% of Maturana Blanca. Nvarios Edition Limitada was fermented in oak barrels, but also aged on the fine lees for a minimum of 9 months, resulting that this wine is darker in color and showing a beautiful, slightly oxidized character. The nose is full of baked apples, Mirabella plums, toastiness, vanilla, and absolutely incredible minerality. This wine is fantastic showcase that Rioja is producing one of the best and the finest and the most underrated white wines in the world. This wine on the palate has lots of complexity, extremely long finish, and can be easily compared with Chablis Grand Cru that has a few years of aging. The retail price is only 38 euro per bottle, and my score is 94 points of 100. What a wine! Thank you very much for watching this video until the end, and I hope that you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed all 5 wines. I highly recommend to check out my previous video, including the differences in between Chablis and Chablis Premier Cru, or Essential Guide to Rioja Wines, including White Rioja, Please don't forget to subscribe and see you next time!